Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Susan Vicious. And gonna go over Raw this week. As the Shiki baby would say, the Madison Square Garden, bye-bye. But before we do, just like always, we got to remind everyone on how we pay these funny little gimmicks called bills. So, folks, make sure you check out the link in the description tab for the Pitbull Skull Shaver. It is no secret, yes, I am bald. And I do not hide it. And, folks, I make sure I stay all nice and bald-like because bald is beautiful thanks to the Pitbull Skull Shaver. You see, it's got this nice ergonomic design. You can slide it right in between your fingers right there. You turn it on. It's got a built-in rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It is waterproof and shower safe. Folks, I use this thing while I'm in the shower. So I'll let that water go work on there. Quick few small little circles across the head. 60 to 90 seconds. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to go and get a nice clean looking head. Not only that, there are a lot of other attachments that you can use that are on the website as well. They got a ton of great products on there. You can get it through our affiliate link. And not only that, folks, the Pitbull, it's also great for other parts of the body as well, not just the head. If you got unsightly chest hair and the missus desperately wants that thing to go, but you don't want to do creams and you don't want to do a razor and get yourself all cut up. Well, buddy, let me tell you something. Pitbull Skull Shaver. Run that son of a gun over across the chest. Whoo, baby, you gonna be nice and smooth as a brand new baby. Also, folks, we are WWE Shop affiliates, so what that means is if you click the link in the description tab or scan that QR code right there on the screen, it will take you to WWE Shop. The holidays are right around the corner. We are a week away from Black Friday deals. Folks, this is the perfect time to use our affiliate link. Click the link. Get whatever items you want. And we here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission based on your purchase. And folks, I'm going to go off script here. I know for a fact some of the higher ups may not like this, but if you have discount codes, if you have any discount codes whatsoever, you can use them. Use those discount codes. If you got a discount code for buy one, get two free. If you got a discount code for half off. Hell, if you have a discount code for free overnight shipping, and we all know how expensive overnight shipping is, use it. You can use it on our affiliate link. I fully encourage that, by all means. And last but not least, one of the OGs, if not one of the very best ways to help support the show, is through our Vicious Rants merch, which you can get at whatamaneuver.net. We got t-shirts, we got tanks, we got women's tees, long sleeves, we got toddler tees and baby onesies as well. Folks, like I said, the holidays around the corner. If you're at work and you signed up for Secret Santa and you wound up getting that one coworker, we all know that coworker, we cannot stand, but you're forced to get a gift for them now. So you got two choices. You can either get them something they could kind of like, or you could go and get them a shirt that you can get them a Vicious Ranch shirt, which honestly, even you may not like the shirt, but hey, you're getting something you don't like for someone you don't like. That's a win-win, right? I'm just saying, it's a perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or if you want to buy the shirt and give it to charity like Goodwill, Salvation Army, Red Cross, whatever, and hold on to that one special shirt. That one special shirt that means the world to you. Well, I don't blame you. Make sure you do that. Whatamanure.net. It is. These are some of one, if not the most comfortable shirts I've ever had. So, with that said, now that we're done doing all our shilling, let's get into last week talking about via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out with the girls out in the ring. We had Rhea, Io, Little Miss Bliss, and Charlotte all out there addressing Nia, Lash, Asuka, and Kairi, talking about for the Women's War Games match. And then Bliss saying, you know what? Yeah, we're in. Right, Charlotte? Right? And then Charlotte gets on the mic. Lexi, listen. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't work with her. Talking about Rhea. Pointing at Rhea. Rhea, you and I have got history. We got bad blood. And just because we have a common enemy, that doesn't make us allies. That don't make us friends. Lexi is my friend. You, on the other hand, no. And then she just walks off. Bliss then goes up to Rhea. Listen, I'll talk to her. We'll get this figured out. And yeah, so we're getting to that. But outside of that, the other highlights from SmackDown more the John Cena tournament, Jey Uso going up against The Miz. Jey wound up getting the win there. Not a big surprise on that. But Miz put up a good match. Miz is just finally getting his roses, and it's long overdue. The Mad Russian himself, Ilya Dragunov, defended his U.S. title again in an open challenge against Axiom. That was a banger of a match. Highly recommend you check that out once you get the chance to. We also had another match in the John Cena tournament. We had the megastar, whose name everybody's saying, and it is L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. Going one-on-one with a mystery opponent, and it was, much to the surprise of not just myself, but to everyone out there. I don't care what anyone wants to say about, oh, the crowd was dead, blah, blah, blah. Dude, no. There was legit surprise and shock on people's faces. Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder came back from the dead because Matt Cardona said Zack Ryder's dead. Zack Ryder died 5 years ago, and he went from being always ready to being the indie god to showing you take care, spike your hair if you got it, and you know it. Dude, I was happy to see that Zack Ryder came back. I was legit shocked that he did, and I was glad to see it. But Zack Ryder versus LA Knight, it was a good match. Knight wound up getting the win. And yeah, don't know if that means Ryder, Cardona, however, is going to be signing with the company, or if this is just a one-off or what. Don't know, don't care at the moment. I'm just taking it in that I'm thankful to see that he had it. But outside of that, we also had Jade Cargill doing a squash match against B-Fab. And then we had the main event, which was Cody defending the title against Big Bronson Reed. And this good match ended in a DQ when Breakker came out of nowhere, beat the living piss out of Cody. And then it was War Games Mayhem, and then out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre showed up, helping defend Paul Heyman's boys. Nick Aldis came out screaming and yelling at Paul. What the hell is he doing here? He's supposed to be suspended, blah, 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 blah. Paul Heyman holding the contract for the War Games, saying, this says I can pick anyone. So, Paul, being the evil genius he is, picked someone nobody would have expected. And he picked Drew McIntyre. So, yeah. Tables are getting set for the men's War Games, as with the women. We're going to talk about some of that. We're going to talk about some of the guys' stuff in a bit. But before we do that, let's get into the show. Raw in the Garden, one of, if not the most famous arenas in the world. Excuse me. And it starts out with the one and only John Cena coming out and emphasizing on how this is his last and his final Monday Night Raw appearance, and it is a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in just seeing that. Like, wow. You know, you would have rewound the clock back 10 years ago, to 2015. It would not have hit me like it is now, but just wow. Yeah. But John came out, showed thanks and appreciation to the fans, to WWE, to everyone for giving him this opportunity. He's the new Intercontinental Champ. And then Dom comes out insisting, you won last week. You had everything to your advantage. It was your home, your arena. You made the match. I want my title back. So John looks at him. You want a rematch? How about this? We do one right here, right now, kid. See, you'd like that, John, wouldn't you? You'd like that. Having your advantage again. No. See, what we're going to do, I'm going to be smart. We're going to do it on my terms. My turf. Survivor Series. My home, my arena. For my Intercontinental Championship. Alright, fine. You want it? You want it at Survivor Series? You got it. But how about this? Forget the title. You and me. One-on-one right here, right now, to give these people something. What do you say, kid? You want to step up? And then out came Finn and McDonagh. And then it was 3-on-1 staring down. Then out came Jimmy. Jimmy came down. Sheamus came down. Next thing you know, out came Ray. And then 3-3, John said, how about this? Dominik Mysterio, Finn Balor, JD McDonagh going up against Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, and yours truly, right here, right now in a 6-man. Somebody back there want to make this official and get us a ref? So, yeah. So that leads us to our first match of the night. Cena, Sheamus, and Rey going up against Finn, JD, and Dom from the Judgment Day. So, decent match. Sheamus, he was the punching bag. And then transitioned into Rey being the punching bag. And then John got the hot tag. Once John got the hot tag, man, it went banana, as Pat Patterson would say. And good match. Honestly, the way it played out, though, and I'm not saying this in a negative way. I don't mean for this to come off negative. I swear to God I don't. But the way it came off, it was like, hey, why don't you remember on how we did that house show? Yeah, why don't we just work like we did in that house show? All right, cool. See you out there. And it was just that. But good match, though, in the end. It was a good one for TV, especially considering it was Cena's last Raw, which means this was his last match on Monday Night Raw. And Survivor Series is more than likely going to be his last match before December 13th, which is also going to be International John Cena Day. I don't make the rules, folks. It is. Either way, match came to an end when Cena, Sheamus, and Ray did 10 beats of the ballad on the apron, and then they all wound up getting them in the ring, went over, and then did a 5-knuckle shuffle onto them, and then Finn and JD wound up getting on the ropes. Ray did a double 619. Sheamus took care of Finn. Cena scooped up JD, hit him with an AA for the 1, 2, 3. Dominik wound up getting taken out of the ring, rolled out of the ring after the 5-knuckle. And yeah, that was it. So that was it. That was John's very last Monday Night Raw match, folks. Wow. It's hard to think. In less than a month, I'm going to be talking about John Cena's very last match, period. Not quite sure on how I feel about this. Anyways, moving forward though, other matchup we had for the John Cena tournament, Solo came out with Tala Tonga, and his opponent was a mystery opponent as well, and it was Dolph freaking Ziggler. Nick Nemeth has come back for this one, and I was legit shocked. I really thought this one was going to be Joe Hendry, because according to the rumors and such, and you know me, always take the rumors with a grain of salt, but according to the rumors, Joe Hendry has officially signed with WWE. His Pro Wrestling Tees store is shutting down, so all signs are leading to him going to work in WWE. But either way, back to this. Nick Nemeth is back as Dolph Ziggler for this match, and I was so happy to see that, because especially considering not even a whole few days beforehand, getting to see Matt Cardona come back as Zack Ryder, seeing ZR and DZ, which just brought back a whole bunch of memories of signing up for that mailing list Zack Ryder made to get the ZR vs. DZ sticker, and getting my ass chewed out by a cop for putting it on the back side, the silver side of a stop sign. And yeah. Anyways, good match. I really, can you really say anything bad about a Nick Nemeth match, honestly? I mean, Dolph, he was leading right from the bell into the commercial break, and then after the commercial break, he was leading again right up until the very finish, where he went to go tune up the band. Boom, boom, boom. Sizing up for a super kick. Solo winds up countering, and then boom, pops him with the Samoan spike for the 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It makes sense, especially considering outside of Cody, Solo is the only other guy to get a pinfall win over John Cena for a good while. So yeah. Next up, we got women's action. Becky Lynch defending her coveted Women's Intercontinental Championship against Maxxine Dupri. And Becky leading up into the commercial break. Max wound up building up a comeback post-break. This was a good match, and it was very much so fighting from the ground up. But one thing that did confuse me was during the match at one point, you could see the fans in the arena were holding up their phones just like this, doing like the Bray Wyatt Firefly thing, which honestly made no sense to me. I'm guessing it was just an in-arena thing, kind of like when you see fans doing, oh, for the wave. Like, okay, yeah. But I saw that, and it was just like, why are they doing that? Huh. It's weird. Anyways, good match. It came to an end when Becky, she was leading, had Max over on one end of the ring. She was over on the other, looking like she's undoing the turnbuckle pad. And as she's doing that, we hear, "Let's light it up." And then Becky just looks, she gets like a deer in the headlights look, sees AJ Lee come out, like, no, I'm done with you. I was done with you. I'm done with you. And then she turns around, and then Maxxine, boom, hits her with a diving crossbody for the 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Maxxine Dupri. Now, we did also see a backstage segment with AJ. Rhea going up to her like, "Hey, you free? Let's go and talk." So, if I had to put money on it, storyline-wise, we're going to see Charlotte being the, you know what, all right, yeah, I can put our differences aside for now, but this doesn't make us friends type bit. And AJ being the fifth woman for the War Games, as well as I'm still trying to piece together in my head for Nia's team. We'll probably figure that out we'll probably see that this coming Friday, but either way. Next up, wow. We had the young OG from NXT, Javon Evans, going up against the returning Ring General, Gunther, which, on a side note, Gunther came back with his old music. And like the Walter music. So, cool to see on that, but Evans really put up a good stellar fight, but Gunther, he was leading the pace really, more so in post-commercial break, with Evans trying to pick up a comeback and lead into after the second break, but we all knew walking into this, people were genuflecting saying, "R.I.P. Javon." But thankfully, the young OG did not die. He just got put on a very brutal ass end of a ass beating. And Gunther wound up winning via a chokeout with a sleeper, which leads us to our closing segment of the night, because technically, yes, that was the main event, but the closing segment was a War Games face-off with the Vision's team in the ring, and then out came Punk, Cody, Jimmy, and Jay, and then it just kind of spiraled into all sorts of mayhem, and then we wound up seeing Paul's fifth man, who was not even a man. No. He is, in fact, a beast. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Beast, Brock Lesnar, returned. Almost threw my throat out there on that one. He came back and he wrecked everyone. And he is the fifth man for the Visions team. And then just as the credits were rolling and the show looked like it was about to go and cut, we hear the music, and who do we see for Cody and Punk's fifth man? The returning OTC, the one, the only, Roman Reigns. So, the men's teams are all set and stacked. Next week, we're going to get the advantage match. If I had to guess, for Monday, we're going to see the finalizing of the women's teams. And then that Friday, we're going to wind up seeing who gets the advantage match. But that's my personal take on it. But with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. If you're listening to this on audio, share this with your friends. We are trying to build up the audio platform. Thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool-ass cats right on the Twitter, DSB_IV, main event _net, the Main Event Wrestling Network account. Also, make sure you sub to the Main Event Network's YouTube page. Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D Dryer 1986. Folks, I am Tim Vicious out there on all those lovely social medias. And well, like I always tell you, if you love me, great. And if you hate me, well,
Shut up and sit down.
fuck it.